Hi everybody and welcome to Into the Kitchen with me, Chef Cynthia Louise, where we get to eat. It's a fabulous day today. This is a kind of a, I can't explain this dish. It's a noodle dish, but it's one of those noodle dishes that don't have all the crap in them. It's one of those noodle dishes that are fast when you're busy, when you're a student, when you're traveling, when you're a nanny. My friend Kalani's just sitting over there, she's a nanny. When it's fast-paced world where us as parents are starving and our kids are hungry and we have no time, literally no time to put something together that's going to nourish our family. This is where these 2-minute noodles come into play. I love them. I think they're amazing. I'm going to call them 2-minute noodles because that's how we know these noodles. This is a buckwheat. You can get wheat noodles, you can get kamut noodles, you can get so many different types of noodles. You can get mixed buckwheat and wheat, which is this one, and they're great. And this is what I want to do. I want to set the scene. So it comes with the broth, and this is where I want to show you guys what you guys can do with whole food and by pimping something up really fast, really efficient, that's going to serve your entire soul, which is awesome. So you're going to have some water in your pot like you do normally as you cook noodles. Now, if you haven't cooked noodles before, well, then this is how you cook them. Follow the directions on the packet, really. But I've been cooking noodles for years, especially for my son, Jayman. And some really good quality noodles from health food stores came out years ago, and I was stoked. I was like, yes! And Jayman kind of got right into the noodle scene. But this is how you pimp them up. This is how I pimp them up anyway. So I've got water there. I'm going to put this broth in the packet aside. I'm going to show you how to make a whole food style broth without taking away from your health, but also something really simple. So I'm going to grate some ginger. Okay, I've got that ginger. These are great, these microplanes, because they get things really fine and delicious. Next thing you want to do is grab some sesame seed oil. About a tablespoon of this would be great. I need a little bowl so you guys can see how much I've got there. And you want some soy sauce. Now, I love the fact that there's nothing written on my bottles and I've got to push myself to know what it is. It really opens your mind up to being present. It actually drags you into the present moment because we're so dumbed down by just grabbing something and it's already labelled. So it's a real pleasure to be able to do that. So I've got ginger, sesame seed oil, and I've got some soy sauce. And follow me over here, Gun, just over to the pot. This is how I'm going to make my stock. Just going to add the ginger to it. Some sesame seed oil to it. Also going to add the tamari or namasho to it. And I'm going to stir that. Now notice I haven't used that packet, right? I've got some beautiful miso, some lovely shiro. This is a mung miso, so it's fermented on barley, or mungi, or I actually don't know how to say it. It's M-U-G-I, but you can use any miso you like. I like the lighter misos. I don't like the super dark hacho misos, so I like the lighter ones. And you just want to break that up so it dissolves nicely in the water. Beautiful. Okay. This is really easy. Great if you have university students. Kalani, this is for you, honey. This is like the fast go. Because what you would do, you would just open this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my son would just open this.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't know what else to do. And ginger can be frozen, so you can buy ginger and freeze it and make that ginger tea, which is on my blog.
As well.
You remember that ginger tea, yeah?
That's what my mum says. She says you're on a 2-minute noodle diet.
Yeah.
So why are you going out and eating all these nice meals?
Totally.
The budget of a 2-minute noodle.
The budget of a 2-minute noodle diet, exactly. So let's pimp up those 2-minute noodles.
Yeah.
Definitely pimp up those 2-minute noodles. So I normally add miso in, you know, a tablespoon at a time, and then I taste it, and I get the required depth of flavour I want. Miso is like a broth, like a stock. You know, it's a soybean that's fermented on a grain normally, and this particular miso is fermented on barley, and I love it. And like I said, you can get a shiro miso, you can get a wheat-free one, because barley does have a strain of gluten in there. It's really quite amazing. So you're just simply just adding those ingredients, yeah? Really, really, really cool. I'm glad I can share this with you guys, especially when you've got kids that are at 16 and 17 and they can feed themselves. Hey, Kalani, you guys can feed yourselves, right? Okay, then you're going to add a little bit of salt. And you're going to add a little bit of pepper. Now you're going to add your 2-minute noodles. Or these ones are buckwheat and wheat noodles. The broth we could call a ramen, kind of, maybe. A start of a ramen. Ramen? How would you say that? Ramen? Yum. And you're just going to let that boil for a couple of minutes. So this is your gig as a teenager.
Yeah.
This is your gig as a teenager. So you need to, I know it's hot for you, but you need to taste the broth. Because the broth is only just starting. It's going to take a while to get its depth, right? But at least you're not just opening a packet of good quality noodles and having the good quality broth, but seriously, this fresh is better.
Ah.
Fresh is better. So miso, tamari, sesame seed oil, ginger, and it creates a base. And as these just about start breaking down, it's when we add the veggies. So come over here, Gungun, have a look what I've got. So you're going to use whatever you've got in your fridge, Kalani.
Yep.
So in my fridge, I've got some oyster mushrooms, which I just happen to have. I'm just going to cut them. I've got some broccoli. I don't have much in my fridge today. It's kind of all I've got left of the veggie scene. Yeah, whatever you've got, kind of thing. Now those noodles nearly done, because you've got to put this in, and you're not going to cook these for very long. This mix. How cool is this? It could be anything. It could be corn, sweet potato. It could be pumpkin in there, cauliflower, spinach, Kalani, kale, whatever's in that fridge, zucchini, and chopping it up quite thin. See how I've done this, like little bits.
Small, okay.
So this
the noodles are nearly ready.
Yeah, a little bit longer.
Okay.
Just before they're ready, we're going to add the veggies, because we're not going to boil the crap out of the veggies.
Yeah.
We're just adding it last. A big bunch of spinach would be great in this.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be awesome. And what else I do love to add, and this is where your home garden comes in, is having some spring onions and some coriander, and
Always adding herbs to everything.
always adding herbs to everything.
It tastes so much better.
Yeah.
That's what you've taught me. With our salads and things,
Yep.
just adding always.
So in our
Instead of on
salads,
top.
we have dill, coriander, basil, parsley,
Mint
and mint
sometimes,
in our
yeah,
salads, just to pimp up the flavour. Herbs are your best friend, so is salt. They're the building blocks of flavour. So I've got some of that. I have got some beautiful coriander here. This will just bring it home. So what do you think, Kalani? Is that boiling?
usually. Yeah.
Great. So it started boiling. I'm going to add all these veggies to it. Great.
This looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's only taken about 5 minutes.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. We've pimped up 2-minute noodles. That's exactly the whole point, honey. Is to pimp it up. Because you can have 2-minute noodles, but adding some more veggies in there, you really want a big bunch of spinach in there as well. Really, that's what you want. I'm just going to look for a bowl.
Yeah. And so just give it a little bit of a stir.
Just give it a bit of stir. Now feel the noodles to see if they're cooked, just as you would a normal packet of healthy 2-minute noodles or 2-minute noodles or buckwheat 2-minute noodles. I'm just looking for a bowl. Just makes the best on the run. Especially the uni students, you know, like you guys go off to uni and you don't know how to cook and you just live on this. Live on shitty 2-minute noodles.
We'll spice it up with some veggies.
Yeah.
Nice stuff. Yeah.
Totally.
All right, what do you think about that, chef?
Let me just use my expert chopstick situation. Can you smell that that's not cooked yet? Can you smell that? I can smell that it's not cooked yet.
Really?
Interesting.
That
The wheat,
smell?
yeah. Or the buckwheat and everything, yeah. It's a bit chewy.
Yeah.
A couple more minutes.
I'm not up to your
So
level of expertise yet.
So
but
if you didn't, if you had good quality whole food noodles, what veggies would you put in there if you didn't have these veggies?
well, I love noodles and spinach, definitely. So I would put spinach, broccoli, maybe add some carrot, bok choy, I love as well.
Corn,
Yeah, and just whatever I've really got. But
Yeah.
this one looks awesome.
pumpkin, you could put pumpkin in there. Okay. Hot.
Use
Hot.
a tea towel.
Here's a
Thanks
tea
for the
towel.
tips.
Totally. It's all about the tips, right?
Yep.
A pimped version of 2-minute noodles. Pimped up.
Wow.
Hot. Smells good, huh?
Yep. Oh, it smells like we're in one of those ramen noodle
Yeah.
shops.
Yeah.
Oh.
Totally. They have the dumplings and everything, and then you
Yeah.
can have a little bit of the stock,
Yeah, I love a little bit of the stuff in there.
and then you guys can pimp it up, or you can, with bits and pieces, and with some beautiful fried shallots.
Oh, I was told they were fried onions.
Fried onions, but fried shallots. Yeah, normally they're fried shallots, and that to me is the best.
There's the 2-minute noodle minutes. Everyone's going to be so impressed with my 2-minute noodles.
Yeah. But not the crappy 2-minute noodles. The Whole Foods one from health food stores or from really cool supermarkets.
It looks like I've been slaving away in the kitchen for hours.
Totally. You cook the noodles to they're just about cooked, right?
Yeah.
Which is around 2 minutes. That's why we call them that. Then you add all the veggies and cook it for about a minute, and then you serve it. It's the herbs and the little shallots that just make it. Okay. Enjoy, guys. I hope you guys make this. Share it with your friends. This is a good one. We've gone from making our own broth, from this to making our own broth. Who needs that? See you next week.
All right.
Look at it.